Welcome to We Are Why Podcast. I am your host, Shaq,
I'm his other half, Jay Schumann.
and we are Why channel. So, how your week been, bro?
Everything's been well. Everything's been well. Just really just trying to educate, inspire, and just continue to develop my mind, and not only develop my mind, but educate and encourage other people to do the same. Because that's the only way we can evolve in this world today. So everything's been well. How about yourself?
Oh, I've been doing good. Thanks for asking. I could definitely understand that trying to find that balance and try to um, encourage one another and build one another up, and that's what it's all about in these trying difficult times. You know, in fact, it's kind of funny that you bring it up because I actually was thinking about a word the other night while I was in bed. I just thought about a word, and that word was pink. Now, for some people, people might say, out of all the colors and out of all the words, why would he think of a word pink? But I actually looked up the definition, and the definition of the word pink pretty much is the it's defined as the color between red and white. And so I just looked at the word between, and I think that that's what a lot of people try to focus on, trying to find that balance in between. So it's interesting you say that. In fact, I even went and just looked up the four words, and just the four words alone, I thought about passion increases new knowledge. You know, so I just think that that's something that, based upon what you brought out about encouraging and educating, may educate that word. So pink, passion increases new knowledge. What you think about that?
I totally agree with that. And that's a very wise phrase. I want to go back to what you said as far as finding that balance. Even in today's terms, we have so many things going on. You might have the you might have the over angry person. You might be over angry one time, and then you might be over emotional. But just finding that balance in between. Or sometimes you might be overly sensitive, or you might be just overly just finding that balance in between. And I believe when you find that balance in between and just take out the chaos and everything and all the distractions in the world, you find that in between, hey, the success will the floodgates will open.
Right. Wow. Wow. Well, you know what? You mentioned, in fact, you mentioned the word over, which is actually kind of funny. And you mentioned the word balance. And I think what now I think about something that's really been pondering over my mind. And I wanted to get your perspective on when you talk about balance and when you talk about the word over. Um, 9 to 5. We see a lot of people having jobs. We see a lot of people don't have jobs. We see a lot of people getting unemployment. We see a lot of people getting establishing their own LLCs, their own incorporations, their own DBAs. We see that. So, and then you use the word over. You know, I know with me, I always, when I had a job, um, I felt overworked. I didn't feel appreciated. I felt underpaid. So I wanted to get your perspective on that when you talk about balance, because I think that's what a lot of people try to find balance in the workplace. And to me, I don't think 9 to 5s are just even good. So when you look at this world, what's your take on 9 to 5s? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it valuable? Is it some value in 9 to 5? Because again, in my mind, I, it's just hurting people out here. So what's your take on that?
So my take on it is this: we really can't exclude 9 to 5s from America, because without 9 to 5s, America can't run. Let's look at McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, the mall, certain things of that nature. Without those 9 to 5 jobs, people won't be able to, or America won't be able to function. So, back to your original question, why 9 to 5 jobs are overrated? I believe 9 to 5 jobs are overrated, and the ownership, people are taking ownership to the forefront and taking advantage of that because not People want to be in control of their money. People want to be in control of their time. It's a control factor. You might give 8 to 10 hours to a job, but at the same time, when you get home, your kids are fast asleep, and you're not spending that bonding time with them. So at that point, you're trying to find a place how you can control your time. So people are taking that avenue. I can use, for example, when my father used to come to my high school games. Running out of the tunnel, I used to be looking for him, looking in the stand. He'll give me certain mannerisms. He might give me a thumbs up to let me know, hey, good job. Or he might give me a wink, like, you need to tighten up. Certain things of that nature. So just as much as parents want to be in control of their time, the kids want their parents to be in control of their time. So when you taking that next step and want to be an owner of a business, let's look at this. And I'm glad you brought up the phrase pain. So to me, I believe is this. P stands for proactive. Be proactive in your business. I means increase your work ethic in your business. N, never fold and never quit because it's gonna get hard. It's gonna get tough. And the easy route is to just, I don't want to do it no more. But never fold and never quit. And K, become more knowledgeable about the business. It'd be times where our job might change to a different database, but we go over and beyond to make sure we accommodate the business. Let's make sure we take that tool and apply it to our business. And if you do that, everything else will work out for itself. So that's my description of pink and how it means to me.
Okay, I mean, and that's your opinion. That's your opinion, and you know what? I agree to you. I agree with you. I agree with you, but to a certain extent, I agree with you to a certain extent because here's the why. You brought up the issue with time. Okay, now I agree with you on the whole analogy, and thank you for breaking down that word pink because I do believe that people need to be proactive when it comes down to business. But now I want to put this in context. I said it's nothing wrong with having a job. Now, cause you got these people out here, they okay with 9 to 5s, they okay with being ordinary. I'm talking to the people out there that trying to be extraordinary. Okay? Now, so if you working a 9 to 5 job and you okay with working $15 an hour and oh Shaq, $17 an hour is okay with me, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those ones that trying to build their own LLCs, which I told you that it's a lot of people building their own LLC. Did you know that according to Burler.com, 31.7% since August of 2020, 31.7% has started their own small businesses. So we seeing that most people ain't taking no much from a job. They starting their own business. Now I agree. You gotta have business. You gotta have business owners to have workers. Now I agree with that. But when you bring up the time and you said that oh, people get when they get on their jobs, they go home they tired. That's true, but they're not educated. I can argue and say that they're not educated enough to know what the 40. I challenge people to understand what the 47% rule is. I think that if more people understand what the 40%, 47% rule is, then I think that more people will be successful. You know, and just to add on, you brought up the whole thing about working. Did you know that in 1926, Henry Ford, that's where the whole 8 hours came about because he was doing 8 hours on for his employees on the job. So people took that rule, and you're right, it still exists today. So 80 times five, that's 40 hours a week. But I want people to understand what the 47% rule is. If people understand what the 40% rule is, then they'll be for seven. So let me break it down to you. So you got 40 hours in a week that you bust your butt for, that you're being underpaid for, that you're being overworked for, that you're not being appreciated. I can't even think of a time when I got a raise. I had to ask for a raise. Oh, Shaquille, it's not in the budget. Oh, Shaquille, we got to get back with you. Oh, Shaquille, just keep doing what you're doing. You may get a promotion. You may get a 4% raise if we have it in the bank, right? But the task that you are performing on a level that they just don't get that you need a raise. So you oughta gotta say, okay, do I sacrifice and work this job? And I know that my family is hurting and my family can't eat and I can't eat off of this? Or do I just do my own research and understand what the 47% rule is. So let me break it down again. So I'm working 40 hours, and I want people to really, really understand what the 47% is, because this is what helped me out. 47% rule is this: you work 40 hours on a job. We all have a job that we work 40 hours on, 40 hours a week. Most people, I mean, it's a pandemic. Some people are getting 3 days out of the week. Some people are working 2 days out of the week, but they're not increasing 40 hours, which make it even better that they can do the 47% rule. So you're doing 40, so you're doing 40 hours a week on a job. And when you get home, you are tired, you overwhelmed, you putting the kids to bed, you cooking. You got to satisfy your husband if you're a woman. You when you if you're a man, you got to satisfy your wife. You got all these type of things. Oh, honey, how was your day? I just want to eat my plate. I'm tired right now. I just want to take a shower. Next thing you know, an hour or two, you sleep. But 40 plus 7 is 47. If you would take 7 hours a day, each and every day, and give it to yourself, whether if it's reading a book, whether if it's researching daily, whether if it's spending 15 minutes or 7 hours researching or doing some type of technology, then you will be successful. You will be successful. 40 hours on a week, 7 hours to yourself, 7 days a week. That's a 47% rule. I think if people do that, that's what I had to do. I mean, it was a challenge for me. It hurt. I mean, because I was tired, but I had to wake up and I had to wake up and see these business owners that's getting paid while uh I'm asleep, and while they're asleep, and I'm going on a job and they're telling me to go on a job at 8 o'clock in the morning and perform at a high level, and they sleep, and I gotta get control. I gotta ask for PTO. I gotta ask for time off. No. What I encourage people to do, again, if you want to be ordinary, if you want to live, because like I said, this doesn't apply for everybody. But if you want to be a business owner and you tired of working a 9 to 5, try to use the strategy of the 47% rule. It worked for me, and I encourage you, and I educate to you, and I advocate to you that it will work for you as well. It may be tough, it may cause some sacrifices, but that's my take on it. You know.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you about you want to be extraordinary, but then I had to disagree. Okay. Taking the initiative, because that's the bottom line. You want to take initiative. When you're tired of being tired, you have to take the initiative. But at the same time, you said take seven hours out of your day to apply it to become better or educate yourself on the business. I disagree. Because you gotta understand this. We don't really even have 7 hours of sleep a day. Now you're saying to give 7 hours to apply to study. No, you have to limit that. And I say that because, say for example, someone might get up at 5 o'clock, they gotta be to work at 6. They work from 6 to 4. They got kids. They gotta attend to their kids when they get home. By the time you attend to the kids, get the food, 7, 8 o'clock, you got 4 hours left in a day, right? No, no, you got 4 hours left in a day. You have to get sleep. So you have to structure your time. So you might have a 30-minute window. Apply that time to educate yourself on the business. You cannot come and say 7 hours out of a day. Let's be realistic. People don't have seven
But
hours
but
out
but
of the
hold
day.
but hold on. But did I say it was gonna be easy? I did say that it was gonna be a challenge and that it does not work for everybody. So the question is, you have to ask yourself, do I have to put myself in this category or I'm not in this category?
You're missing the statement. 7 hours out of the day. How are you? No, no.
It can be once a week. It can be once a week. It
Okay,
can
you
be
have to. You
once a
gotta.
week.
You gotta.
It can be a day. It's everybody time is different. Everybody time
Exactly.
is different. Time is more valuable than money. I agree with
Exactly.
you on that.
Mhm.
I should have put that in context. But it should be 7. Just don't work 40 hours a week, get a paycheck and be complaining, and you find yourself complacent. I read something the other day, and it's funny we brought it up about time and working on a 9 to 5. I read an article. It was a lady. She was 66 years old when she retired. All she wanted, she had 2 daughters. All she wanted, and she was real big. The daughters asked her, "Well, mom, what do you want for your? Do you want a retirement party?" And of course, she said, "No, I don't want a retirement party. All I want to do is go to Jamaica. All I want to do is go to Jamaica." Now, meanwhile, she been on this job for 20 plus years. She only got two raises while she was on this job. All she wanted to do was just go to Jamaica. Well, kids being kids, they finally threw her a surprise retirement party. Her daughters put it together. They had the cake. Everything was all good. 2 days later, she passed away. So she gave it. Let me get this straight. She gave this job all she had. Who knows all the sacrifices, all the difficulties, all the experience, all the struggles, all the setbacks she did when she put in this job. Who knows that, right? Because I'm pretty sure she had many, many failures when it came, but she probably didn't even want to go to work at times, right? Probably was a single mother, but the article didn't state that or something like that. But I'm just saying that she passed away. She put all this in the job and she got burned out. If that's what we are trying to do, then we are selling ourselves short. That's just my opinion. So when I think about 9 to 5, I think about it should be broken down in content. The people in life that want more should be applying and utilizing themselves to research and apply the 47% rule so that they can be successful. Because it's a lot of money out here, bro. And the paychecks that we getting, that I have been receiving, is unacceptable. They can do more. I mean, we just had a cost of living raise the other day, right? Cost of living raise this year. I don't know if you got it, but it was a cost of living raise, and my landlord, I ain't afraid to put this out here because we being real. My landlord went up, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, why you going up?" He said, "It's a cost of living raise." I said, "Are you serious?" But guess what? I'm working for a job that's still staying the same. So what am I gonna do? That's why I had to apply the 47% rule, where I can, find ways out here to make extra income. And I challenge people to do that.
I mean, I agree with that, and kind of go back to your story about the lady. I mean, that's just one person. She just didn't take the initiative to be better. She just relied on 30 years and expected, oh, well, I'll just live off of my retirement. So the people that want to be extraordinary, that to take that next step. But I think what we disagree on is the 47. I just believe 2 hours out of the day, 1 hour out of the day, whenever you have free time, educate yourself to be better.
Keep in mind, you're giving this job 40%. I mean, you're giving this job 40 hours a week, though.
I understand. Okay, you give me your job 40 hours a week. Perfect example. So you work a five to five to two, 5 to 2, Monday through Friday. That's 40. I mean, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's 40, right? 40 hours that is in the week. So you have Saturday, Sunday. You have some time where you have an open free block where you can dedicate that time to be better. It's about taking the initiative.
People gotta live on the weekend too. You know, some jobs you only working Monday through Friday. You got to survive on the weekend.
But let me ask you a question. Let me say this, Shaq. You say people have to live, then that goes into a want. See, you don't need that. That's a want that you have. A need when you want to be better, you have to sacrifice. Okay, okay, sacrifice. But when I mean sacrifice is when you have the open block, take advantage of it. That separates a normal person from a superior person. They're going to take advantage of any
Okay,
free
you you
time that
you
they
you you
have.
you got to break down. I agree with you. I'm following you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I agree. But you got to break down what you mean about a want, because I think that needs and wants, especially when it comes down to a job space, and when it comes down to money, and when it comes down to living, I think people got that confused. I think that people identify what a need is, what a want is. and what a savings is, then most people can also be successful.
So let me ask you a question. You said people have to live on the weekend. So I want you to put in context, what do you mean by live?
Okay, all right. Well, let me use myself for example.
Mhm.
Okay, let me use myself for example. I'm a single young I'm a single young African American male who works for one job, right? Recently, I got a promotion for myself because I applied the 47% rule where I work for a job, but I started realizing that, hey, not making enough money. This job ain't gonna give me no raise. So I tell you what, I'm just gonna write resumes for students, go on the campus. I got some business cards. I wrote up a business card. I put on a suit like I got on now. Went to a campus. I went around to like 50 college students, gave them my card, and 10 people called me back and actually wanted me to write a resume. And I set a price, what I charged them, and it went successful. But if I never ever took the extra step and took accountability, right? To realize the importance of the 7%, the 47% rule, I still would be working off the 40 hours a week and getting the same paycheck and not going nowhere with it. So for me, now everybody income is different. Okay? Everybody income is different. I applied the 100% rule. The 100% rule, I don't know if people know that. The 100% rule is that when you get paid, right? Everybody pays the IRS 40%. Right? Everybody pays the IRS 40%. I don't care who you is. They don't like you. They don't trust you. That's why they take the money out before you get it. Okay? It's called Uncle Sam. Okay? Can we both agree with that? They take the money out before you get it. Okay. If you're paying the IRS 40%, you got 60% left. If you take 100% of your money, you're getting the IRS is getting 40% of your money, right? You got 60% left. The 60%, so you got 40 plus 20. Let's use 40 and 20. 40%, if you're willing to pay the IRS 40%, then you just pay yourself 40% and you live off the 20. If you do that strategy and you separate that if I don't need it, I don't buy it, then you will be successful. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard. I mean, if you look at a need or you look at a want, you look at a saving, let me break it down. A need is something like housing, mortgage, health insurance. That's all the stuff that you need. Wants, vacation, shopping, dining out, I know times when, I want to get in my car. I want to go to McDonald's because I don't want to cook and go to grocery store and cook and save money. I want to go to these fast food restaurants. But guess what? I'm losing money. Not enough income is coming in. So those are wants. Saving are stuff that you think about when you get, because we think about it, bro. Me and you, we got to be 65 one day. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't believe that Social Security system going to be around because we under so much control. I don't think Social Security system going to be around when you and I become 65. I don't know about other people out there. Some people pushing 65, but I know for me, I don't think that it's going to be around. So I think that people follow that 100% rule, um, then they can see some success with it.
Let me say this. When applying that method, what you were referring to, you're thinking about yourself. You
Hmm.
gotta look at all concepts of it. Think about the lady with 2 kids.
Hmm.
Her whole income after taxes taken out might have been spent on groceries for the house. If she's not getting EBT, groceries for the house. You have to take care of her kids. You did rent. So she don't have nothing, right? So then that goes back to what we're gonna say. Oh, she need to pick up another job.
No,
No, no,
she
no,
don't.
no. So
She don't have to.
what she have to do?
Well, she gonna have to either raise. She gonna have to raise that. She gonna have to raise that 40. She gonna have to raise that 40%, raise the 100%, or lower the 20%, or raise the 20
What
percent.
about the people that doesn't have the 20?
The
You gotta
people.
factor in everyone.
What? Okay, what people are you talking about?
Talking about predominantly majority of America, because because when times come about, let's just say, for example, your check, $600,
I
right?
mean,
No, no,
I'm
let's
not gonna count nobody money,
no,
but yeah,
okay, six,
give
six.
me give me an amount.
Okay,
I just
so they pay check might be $600,
okay.
and they might have to pay 450 for rent. We just talking numbers. 450 for rent. 500, 500, $100 left over.
Mhm,
You have to put your kids before you. You have to take care of them. Then
mhm,
you left with nothing, right?
mhm.
So you said she need to increase. Say that one more time. You said she need to increase what again?
You need to increase she need to
Her
increase the
income.
100. The 100% needs to be increased.
Okay. So now you have to find an additional job. No, let me say this. She have to find an additional job. But, and I don't have any issue with it. She go find a second job, work that second job, save that money, educate herself. She have a little block time, free, free block time, and then put that towards her business. Nothing wrong with that. Because everybody, look, in life, we all trying to get to the same route. Just got to take different paths. Her path might be different from your path. So I feel that
Mhm,
this just kind of wrap it up a little bit.
mhm,
As I said, if you be proactive in your business, you increase your work ethic,
mhm.
never quit, never fold, and become knowledgeable about your business, you're going to succeed. Because your path and my path is going to be different. But I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get there exactly how you got there. Meaning, you got there one way. I'm gonna get there another way. But we gonna meet at the finish line at the same finish line.
That's true, my brother, and thank you for breaking it down. But and I'm gonna read you this quote, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and you talked about the path. His famous quote is, "Do not go where the path may lead you, but instead go instead where there's no path and leave a trail." So you're right. Your way, you're gonna get to the finish line regardless. It's right now. All you can do is focus on you. All I can do is focus on me. We can't talk about the lady with the two kids, right? But we can encourage her and educate her and relate our experience to her to say, hey, you know what? What is something that I'm good at? What is my gift? Because I'm gonna tell you something, right? When you speak about women, right? We got some incredible women out here that's got many talents and many gifts. I know my mother, she was a good multitasker. She can cook, run our bath water, tell us, hey, stop it, boy. She can do all that because that's the gift, that's the ability that most women have, right? So I think that most people just need to find their gift. Again, realize what you said, along with Ralph Waldo Emerson quote: "Do not go on a path that may lead you, but instead go there and make a trail." I guess what he's saying is that everybody has to live their own life, and everybody have a finish line in life, right? Everybody have a finish line. I have a finish line. You have a finish line. The producers have a finish line. Everybody have a finish line, right? But what is going to be your finish line when you finish that trail, right? If it's a 5 mile run or a 2 mile run, mine might even be a mile run because I got myself together. I was in bad shape, but that's a whole nother story. What is going to be your trail? And I think that's the point that we need to realize when we think about 9 to 5. And like I said, and we can agree to disagree. I agree with everything you said. It gets me riled up when I hear that business owner is not caring about the people. We're in a pandemic and you want to pay people $15 an hour, $16 an hour, $17 an hour. I mean, thank God for the stimulus check. Just to get them a little cushion. Thank God for the boost in unemployment. Thank God for the boost in EBT because some of our people, well, we seen people out here that been in the street, lost their homes and stuff like that. But there'll be more people out here like that. So we just gotta leave our own trail and leave it behind and ask ourselves, do we want better? And if the answer is yes, then we will be successful because we're gonna be hungry for it. And I end it like this. You was going to a store, right? If it was snowing outside and you wanted to be successful, right? And you was thirsty. You was just at night, you was thirsty. You just wanted something to drink. So you go down in your refrigerator, right? I'm gonna give you three scenarios. The first guy go down in his refrigerator. He look in his refrigerator. Ah, it don't have the type of drink that he wants. So it's snowing outside, so he goes to bed. The second guy, he's thirsty, right? He's thirsty. It's snowing outside. He goes in his refrigerator. He look, he don't see it, so he get dressed. He say, you know what? I gotta have that drink, man. He's anxious for that drink, so he goes to the store. The store is closed. He walk a mile to the store. The store is closed. So he comes back home. Well, I guess I gotta go. But the third guy, he's thirsty. He go home. I mean, he go downstairs to his refrigerator. He see that he doesn't have a drink. He goes, he get dressed. He goes to the store. The store is closed. So he says, you know what? I'll walk another block. And guess what? This store was open and had the drink that he wanted. So it's all about who's gonna go that mile, who's gonna go that extra mile to be successful. Is you gonna start something and finish? Because I'm gonna tell you something, whatever I start, I finish.
Agree.
And I'm sure whatever you start, you finish.
Definitely.
So it's all about who wanted the best. All right. Because who wanted the most?
Wanted the most. Exactly.
Think about that drink as a business. Think about that drink as extra income. Think about that drink as feeding your family, a legacy you leaving behind, generational wealth. Think about that. And if they do, they'll realize that 9 to 5 ain't good.
Right, but at the end of the day, like I said, we agree. And the bottom line, it's all about take the
Absolutely.
initiative. Everything else will come behind it, right? So you might have took the escalator. You might have took the elevator. I might have taken the stairs.
Mm,
We gonna still get there.
mm.
We gonna get to
Like
the
that,
same
my brother.
destination.
I like
You
that.
going to the third floor? You might get there faster than I would.
Right,
I'm gonna eventually get there.
right. Well, that's it. I mean, that's our thoughts. I mean, you express what 9 to 5s mean to you. I express what 9 to 5s mean to me. Just take accountability, learn from this. Um, we are why. I am Shaq. I hope you learned a lot today. Why 9 to 5s are not good to some people and why they are still good to some people. And you want to be ordinary, that's okay. But if you want to be extraordinary, that's great. I'm Shaq. We are why.
Jay Schumann, and that's a wrap. We are why. That's a wrap. See y'all later.
All right.